All right, joining us now is retired Vice Admiral Kevin Donegan. He served as Director of Navy Staff, and before that, he was Commander of the U.S. Fifth Fleet. And here on set with us on the boat, we've got Professor Robert Snyder. He's Professor Emeritus of American Studies at Rutgers, University-Newark. Professor, I want to start with you. Can you tell us about where we are on the Hudson and the significance of this place when we talk about American independence?
We are off Pier 86 on the island of Manhattan, and the Hudson River and New York Harbor played a huge role in the American Revolution and also in New York history. We are where battles were fought out in 1776 and just upriver from where George Washington was rowed to his first inauguration in 1789.
Professor Snyder, how are you thinking about the importance of this day? We've kind of gone back and looked at sort of the 200th anniversary, bicentennial, of course. So how do you think about this in the greater context of American history?
There are two big things that I think about. One is the day we declared our independence from the British Empire. That was a heroic act that is echoed around the world for centuries. Also, I think about the text of the Declaration of Independence in its promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the affirmation of the ideal that all men are created equal.
Admiral Donegan, at the time of the Revolutionary War, the British Navy was unrivaled in the history of the world, and it was a shock to everyone, sometimes possibly even us, that the U.S. was able to come out victorious in that. And I want to ask you, when you look at the state of naval warfare now, is the U.S. still the preeminent naval force in the world, and where is competition coming from?
Hey, Christina, it's a great question. First, thanks for letting me join you today. It's a pretty exciting day. Second, it's pretty clear that the U.S. is the preeminent naval force in the world today, just by sheer numbers of ships, but also by the way we deploy our Navy and where we have it around the world today. So, of course, we're the only Navy that has an array of the aircraft carriers that you see that are so preeminent. When something happens, they move. They're really a maneuver force. They can get anywhere in the world and be there. Not just to fight a conflict, really, to deter conflict, but also we deploy our Navy around the world to build relationships. And as you'll see today, we have 40 ships that are gray hulls, plus 40 plus ships that are sailing, the tall vessels that are coming. And these are from navies around the world, relationships we've built for a really long time. So the world recognizes the U.S.'s position in terms of a naval force, and our competition is coming from, as you would expect, it's coming from China, which tries to emulate us and try to do some of the things we do, and they've built their own aircraft carriers now. But I think they're a long way from getting to the level that we are in terms of not just size, but our capabilities.
Admiral, let me just ask you about what we can expect today. So you mentioned there's going to be this International Naval Review. There is this parade of tall ships as well. We have the aviation component of this as well. So a confluence of major events happening here in New York City today. Could you just speak to the Navy's approach to, again, that Naval Review that we're going to see? The Vice President, J.D. Vance, is going to be in New York for that. He'll be on Governor's Island for that ceremony. What does it mean? What's the importance of that to the Navy, to the military more broadly?
And you can hear some of those. That's the helicopter, NYPD helicopter behind us right now.
Yeah, well, you're in a great location to see everything you just talked about, Christina and David. So couldn't be a better place. Back in 1986, I got to sit in a similar place when we rededicated the Statue of Liberty, and Ronald Reagan and the President of France, Mitterrand, came and lit that statue, and we had a kind of a similar ceremony. But this is even larger than that was. So what's going to happen first is, as you just mentioned, is through the night and over the last couple of days, ships have come, gray-hulled combatants from around the world, from places like Spain and Brazil and Japan and Korea and Germany, and anchored in the harbor. And you can probably see some of them where you are, but they've anchored all up and down the Hudson River, and they've taken these positions. And then the first thing that's going to happen is a U.S. ship will come from the north and sail down the Hudson towards the Atlantic Ocean and do what's called a pass and review. They'll go past each of the ships that are gray-hulled that are anchored. So you'll see them render honors to that passing ship by shooting off cannons and things like that. You hear a lot of noise as that ship comes past. And then after it gets down, what you'll see next is now this tall ships, these historic ships of sail, led by the U.S. Coast Guard ship, the Eagle, they'll come in 6-minute intervals. They'll come and sail up the Hudson from the Verrazano-Narrows Bridge, past the Statue of Liberty, all the way up to the George Washington Bridge. So that's what you're going to see. It'll be about 40 of those ships go. It'll take quite some time. And then as that gets to a conclusion around 10:15 or so, you'll start to see this aerial review, which has, I'm told, some well over 100, maybe 120 or more airplanes of every airplane, I'm told, that's in the inventory of the United States, plus allied airplanes, plus the French demonstration team, and led by the Blue Angels, will be that aerial review. So there'll be a lot going on today if you're sitting along the Hudson.
Should be quite a show. I hope everybody will stick with us. Professor, I want to ask you kind of about the geography of Manhattan, because we don't really think of this as a port city anymore. But one of the reasons it so quickly became the commerce center of the U.S. was just about geography. What about where this is situated in the waterways made it so conducive to so much trade so early on?
New York City has a terrific natural harbor right off the Atlantic Ocean, but then it's at the mouth of the Hudson River, which takes you by water up to the interior of New York State. And then when the Erie Canal was opened in 1825, you have a water route all the way west to the Great Lakes. In fact, the opening of that canal was one of the great harbor festivals in the history of New York City.
Was it a party comparable to the one we're going to see today?
On the same scale for the 19th century, proportionally, I think so. They poured water from Lake Erie into the Atlantic Ocean and recognized the wetting of the waters that had been wrought by the Erie Canal.
Oh, that's very sweet. All right.
Professor, you were the Manhattan Borough historian. Let me just ask you about this moment from an historian's perspective. How important are events like this in kind of getting us re-engaged with and reanimated in terms of our history?
I think events like a bicentennial or a semi-quincentennial can be really important for engaging both America's past and its ideals in the present and what our prospects are for the future. We did that in 1976. I was around for that bicentennial, and we can do it again today.
Admiral, really quickly, we've got about 30 seconds left. What are you most looking forward to seeing today? And is there something specific folks should be on the lookout for as we see this battalion and flotilla and air show and everything going on?
Oh, I think, what everyone wants to see, of course, is those tall ships coming by. And I think that's going to be the highlight of it because it takes you back in time. And like the professor was saying, I think what's really cool about it, these centennial events really allow us to look back into our past. And, control of the Hudson River was super significant in us, in our, quest to be a new nation.